Hi guys, welcome to Investing with JYK, and today we'll talk a bit more on Emperor Entertainment Hotels. So I think I introduced this one as a net uh, late last year, probably somewhere around here. I don't remember. You guys can check. Um, so it has started buying back shares since April, and it's also paid a new dividend payment. So let's just take a look at the shareholder yield. Right? How much is this company paying out? So for the last year, 2018, they paid out about 8 cents. On back then was something like $1.5. So let's stick with the current price, right? So um, 0.08 divided by that. So end up with 4.7%. Um, and this is showing 5, but doesn't matter that much. Actually, it's 0.85, right? So 0.85 divided by that. You got a 5% dividend yield coming in. Unfortunately, the Hong Kong government will take 20% off that. So instead of 5%, you get a 4%, taking away the tax. And so that's one part of the payment. So the other part of shareholder yield is dividend. So here is their mid-year, their half-year report. In Hong Kong, you only do 2 reports per year, not 4. Right, so the amount of share buybacks was listed here. So it started off with about 2 million shares and goes up to about 7 million shares in August. And the total number of shares is around 1.3 billion shares. How do I know that? It was here. It's around 1.3. It's got reduced 1.28 or something, but it started off at 1.3 billion. So on on the high, it was something like 0.5%, 0.56% buyback yield per month. So if that were to continue at the high, like the August level, then you would end up with a 6.7% buyback yield. Coupled with that 5%, you would end up with just from the buyback, by pay, like from the payout alone, you get an 11% yield. Now, this is the high level, right? So let's see whether they have accelerated or decelerated. So if you look at first, the one after that was in September. So for the entirety of August, they did a 6 million shares buyback, which is okay, slightly lower. Then the next one, they did a 4 million shares buyback, which is half that. And then this one was a biggie for 2 months, almost 3 months. They did 21 million shares buyback. So the total amount of shares bought back since April last year was quite significant. So you have to add this one up to think this guy. Whoops. 17,595,000 plus 3835,000 plus 6268250. I'm not sure if let's see if these were the end of August, so I'm not quite sure if the annual report included that. These are actually canceled shares. Hold on. I remember them buying back a lot more shares though. It was quite the buyback was quite significant. I mean, just look at here, for example. So these are 500,000 per. By then it was 500,000. I think they started doing something quite big. Okay, it's not actually that much. The most they buy back is still just 1 million shares. So let's say you get a 5% instead of 6%, 5% buyback yield, and then a 5% dividend yield. And so whatever your view is on this company, I think the cash is definitely real because they're paying it out. And so I think that's a good thing. And then the next thing that's important was this. Lucky United Holdings, and this one is actually somewhat interesting because based on my calculations, most of Emperor Entertainment Hotels cash is within this Lucky something, this Lucky United Holdings Limited company. And it doesn't want to load, but you can check their annual reports. Yeah, so, and they're basically buying. I mean, the one thing you worry about is self-dealing, but they're actually buying this thing at a 60% book. So yeah, so they got another 5% at a 60% book based on my calculations. I forgot how I reached that number, but that was the case. You can check that yourself as well. You have to do some accounting forensics to figure out how much cash. I think this thing has majority of Emperor's cash, and they already held 75% of this company. So the balance sheet was combined together with all the reporting, and then you would record a minority shareholder interest in both in all three well, I think two of the reports, balance sheet and profit report. So yeah, so that's the update on Emperor Entertainment Hotels. It has gone up quite a bit since its lows by like almost 60%, 50%, something like 50%, I think. Slightly less than 50%, 40%, let's say. In the meantime, it has paid out a dividend, so not too bad. And I hope somebody also bought and made some money based on this one. And is it still a hold? Yeah, it's still a hold. It's still net, and it's still paying out cash. So at some point, I think the market will realize how much value is in this company, and then the share price will go up. This is a good quality cigar butt, I think. Good quality as in it's earning money. A cigar butt because it's literally the best kind of thing, like the best. It's like to the T a cigar butt because it's net, and most of its asset is cash, not even inventory, just cash. Yeah, I think if this was 1950s in US, Buffett would be very happy about this one. Unfortunately, we can no longer take control over this company. Otherwise, I would just pay out dividends like there's no tomorrow. Blah. Okay, that's it from me today. See you next time.